it's time for the Texaco Star Theater, starring James Melton.
I will bring you music as swiftly as a dove. My song will fly through the starlit spaces. The joyous notes take wing across the sky. And in the music of love that I am bringing, may there be an echo to fill the night with singing. Oh, let me bring you music from within my
Texaco dealers from coast to coast again welcome you to the Texaco Star Theater. A big half-hour show packed with good music, plenty of fun, and lots of people. James Melton, David Brookman, the orchestra, our Texaco Time visitor, Virginia Haskins, and our special guest star, Ed Wynn, the fire chief, who's going to operate on an operetta tonight. And this is John Reed King to remind you that it's great to look forward to warm weather driving trips again, but look out for warm weather driving trouble. See your Texaco dealer first and see him now for his complete spring changeover service. He'll change thin, diluted oil to top-quality Haviland. It's 100% distilled for premium protection. He'll safeguard transmission and differential with the right Texaco lubricant. And vital chassis parts with Marfac, Texaco's famous chassis lubricant. See that your car is in the best condition. See your Texaco dealer first. And now here he is, star of the Metropolitan Opera, stage, screen, and radio, your singing host with a song for every occasion, James Melton.
Thank you, John. Welcome, friends. And, John, what's that about songs for every occasion?
Well, around Christmas you sing carols.
Yes, I know.
Last Sunday, Mother's Day, you had a song for the occasion.
That's right.
Well, what's the occasion this week?
But just so happens I looked that matter up, John.
Yes?
Well, here are the occasions for the week of May 19th. 70 years ago today, everybody went to the grand opening of the Centennial Exhibition down in Philadelphia. 145 years ago, Thursday, that is, Captain Kidd and 9 others were hung for piracy. And 63 years ago, come Friday, the first traffic rolled across Brooklyn Bridge. Isn't that interesting? And while John Reed King runs over to Brooklyn to celebrate that last occasion, I'll just sing a song. David, let's take off with Padilla's exciting matador song, El Relicario.
Wind swirled along the highway when first we met, I remember, yes. As I came riding by, it shone in every eye. There came a thrilling cry, El Torero. You smiled so gladly, I loved you madly. Yes, listen sadly to your matador. Brightly your eyes gleamed in smiles above me. It was my dream someday you would love me, and your first greeting, gently entreating, set my heart beating as I sang low. My cape I'm spreading where you are treading. Grace it for me with a footstep free as the winds above. Will be the token of love unspoken. My cape shall be evermore to me, memory shrine of love. I'm broken-hearted, for though we parted, I seem to be on your balcony way up there above. And how I yearn to once more return to cities gone by, back to you and my rendezvous of love. I love you, only you.
our first Texaco time visit with Virginia Haskins, the petite young soprano from the Chicago Civic Opera, the postman turned up with a lot of nice letters, and they all said encore. Virginia paid another visit, and so did the postman. Altogether, this has happened 4 times, very much to everybody's satisfaction.
Including mine, Jimmy.
And mine too, Virginia. And now about that song we rehearsed, the one by Noel Coward.
Let's sing it right now. I'll follow my secret heart.
Afraid I'll betray you and destroy all the plans you have made.
But even your schemes must leave room for my dreams. For when all I owe to you is pain, I'll still have something of my own.
A little prize that's yours alone. I'll follow my secret heart, my whole life through. I'll keep all my dreams apart till one comes What prize is this? What God may feel I'll follow my
Thank you, Virginia. When Gilbert and Sullivan's operetta, Trial by Jury, opened in London in 1875, it ran and it ran, and it's been running ever since. If it seems a little out of breath tonight, that's because a man has been chasing it all week, and we think maybe he's caught up with it.
And here is that man, Edwin, the fire chief.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, when you hear tonight's opera, when you hear this, as the opera opens, as it starts, the Yankees have just won a doubleheader from the Cleveland Indians. See? This has nothing to do with the opera. I only mention that for those who didn't hear the scores, that's all. But as the opera starts, now this is interesting. The heroine of Trial by Jury, that's the opera, is Angelina.
Angelina.
And yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a figure. She not only kept her figure, she doubled it. Now, she has legs by Steinway, body by Fisher, and neck by the hour. Now, she meets in the opera. In the first scene, she meets Philip for the first time. And he says, I'm looking for a job in this newspaper. She said, well, that's ridiculous. That paper is 2 years old. He says, well, it's easier to find a job then than it is today. I think that's so subtle. Philip is the hero of the opera. He has a pinball head. He never tips his hat, he tilts it, you know. He asked for a kiss. This is a beautiful love scene. She coyly drops her eyelids. He, being a gentleman, stoops down and picks them up. Now, she rushes to her father, and she says, Papa, I'm all excited. Should I get married during my vacation? Her father says, no, you only get a vacation once a year. Why spoil it? Isn't that lovely? I love it. Anyhow, she rushes back to Philip. And Angelina says, if I marry you, will you keep Mum? And he says, I'll keep Mum, but not your old man. He says, this makes them sweethearts. So Angelina's father gives her a great big party. What a scene that is. Philip says to her father, I want to marry your daughter. I am asking you for her hand. Her father says, it's all right with me if you'll take the one that's always in my pocket. It's a lovely opera, you know. Philip says to the father, he says, tonight at the party, your daughter promised to marry me. Will you be mad if I take her away? And the father says, mad? What the heck do you think I gave the party for? The old man says. So they get married, and as the curtain comes down, it is 4 weeks later. This is the great line of the opera. Philip says to Angelina's father, he says, my wife is an angel. The old man says, you're lucky. Mine's liable to live for years. Say that, Mr. Brutman. Oh, gee.
What happens in the second act?
The second act is simply marvelous.
Yes.
The second act is the famous trial. This is the trial.
Yeah, the trial.
Now, the court clerk says the judge is out eating a porterhouse. And Philip says, oh, his honor is at stake. Well, I can't wait because it's only a half-hour show. Angelina says, Judge, I am suing my husband because of the bad news the mailman brought me. It was so bad, Your Honor, that just in sympathy, the postman wrung his hands and then he wrung them again. And the judge said, that's because the postman always rings twice. So Philip yells, Your Honor, I am suing my wife, too. My wife is very contrary. She's the kind of a woman who buys bananas just so she can put them in the refrigerator. Angelina says, my husband, Your Honor, my husband is a heel. The judge says, oh, I see, a sort of a Gilbert and O'Sullivan heel. That's very quiet, that. The judge is as honest as the day is long. The trouble is that this is a night court. Now, the judge slates with Angelina. He is so old that when he winks at her, he has trouble opening his eye again, you know. But he slates then, you know. And the judge hugs Angelina, but Philip pushes the judge away. Philip says, you can't hold my wife without bail. Well, at this instant, not wait, I told you. At this instant, Philip looks at his wife's nose and the judge's bald head, and he realizes that they've taken a shine to each other. So the judge, you know, the judge says, I'm going to see that your wife gets $25 a week. Philip said, that's darn nice of you, Judge, and I'll toss in a couple of bucks myself. Isn't that cute? I love that. So Angelina turns to Philip, and he says, she's very angry now at her husband. She says, are you a man or a mouse? And Philip says, if I was a mouse, I'd have you standing up on that table. He says, which is as quiet as anything I've... Then Philip says, that settles it, I'm finished. The day I married you, I said I do. And ever since then, I've been saying, why did I? And in the last scene of the opera, Angelina marries the judge. Isn't that beautiful? And they never knew what real happiness was till they got married. And then it was too late.
The Texaco Star Theater rolls along with James Melton, David Brookman, the orchestra, our Texaco Time visitor, Virginia Haskins, special guest Edwin, and your announcer, John Reed King.
Every now and then, somebody writes a song that seems to have a way of making itself right at home almost anywhere. on Upper Fifth Avenue, in the best music halls, or down in Ten Pan Alley. The great Rimsky-Korsakov wrote one like that, and play it or sing it any way you like. Its haunting, compelling melody invites every ear to listen and to remember Song of India.
Within her bosom there are countless gems and countless other pearls in southern seas, the pride of ancient Mother India. Ruby scatter beams of ruddy splendor, the ray of light from glowing sapphires. Birds like phoenix spread their wondrous plumes in the sun. Features neath the feathers like a maiden. From each bird that sounds such heavenly singing, music of an earthly beauty ringing. Oh, but all, dear Mother India, Mother all protecting Buddha, to thee we pledge our riches, to thee we offer up our children. Within the glowing depths of sapphire seas, there are waters sparkling with the glow of light. Are lofty your gems, dear
James, I'll never give up trying to get the chief to buy a car.
Well, I'll call him John, but you know he loves his horse. Oh, Chief.
Yes, Dave?
John Reed King here thinks you should buy a car.
Oh, a car?
A car.
That's ridiculous. I think trains are safer than cars. Yesterday I was in a car with a boy and girl.
Yeah.
I sat in the back seat, they sat in the front seat.
And you mean, Chief, that you didn't feel as safe as you would in a train?
That's right. How could you? I feel safe in a train because I know the engineer won't try to hug the fireman, you see.
All right, Chief.
Huh?
But what I'm about to tell car owners is safe.
Yes?
There's a big difference between just driving and driving a car powered by Sky Chief, Texaco's premium gasoline.
One thing, I just want to say this before you go any further.
What is it, Chief?
Don't go any further, will you?
My message is important, Chief.
Oh, is it?
Just from the feel of your car in action, you can tell that Sky Chief is luxury power.
How do you mean?
You'll know it first by the eagerness of a Sky Chief start.
Think of that.
You'll sense at that first smooth getaway the greater responsiveness of Sky Chief's flexible power.
What's the name of the gasoline?
Sky Chief! Stop
Oh.
interrupting me, will you?
Well, I didn't know.
You'll recognize the soaring name of Sky Chief in the superb way it makes your car surge ahead at your command.
I still don't get the name of the product.
Your car will take the hills with thrilling ease.
Silly
Chief, an
thing.
automobile is indispensable today if you want to make a hit for the girl you're courting.
Oh, that's ridiculous. You don't need a car to win a wife. King Solomon didn't have a car. He didn't do so bad, you know.
Car owners,
300.
there is a difference in driving with Sky Chief's magnificent power.
Yes.
The result of important developments in superior firepower.
What's that?
Drive in at your Texaco dealers for Sky Chief, the premium gasoline for those who want the best.
I'll stick to my horse.
Oh, Chief, a horse is outdated.
You
A car is the thing today.
I told you before, cars are ridiculous. Well, isn't this silly? A friend of mine was engaged to a movie actress, you see.
Yeah.
And on his wedding day, he was going to the wedding in his car, but the car broke down. So he wired the actress. He says, don't marry anyone till I get there. I'll be delayed for a couple of hours.
I suppose most of us would just as soon forget some of the events of the year 1929, with this exception. A love song that was written by the late Vincent Newman for the Broadway musical hit of that year, Great Day. Virginia Haskins here now to give us her interpretation of More Than You Know. Virginia? Perhaps you've noticed that romantic songwriters like to deal exclusively in dreamy rivers, rose gardens, and in equally choice real estate. But Sigmund Romberg, well, Mr. Romberg was different. He must have felt that this flower called romance can bloom any old place. And he certainly proved his point very well when he wrote this melody, The Desert Song.
My desert is waiting. Here, come there with me. I'm longing to teach you love's sweet melody. I'll sing a dream song to you.
What's on your mind tonight, John?
Something very important, Jim. Police throughout the nation are inspecting every vehicle halted by accidents or for traffic violations, making an on-the-spot check of brakes, lights, tires, windshield wiper, and horn. But the main purpose of this police traffic safety check is to prevent accidents. Cooperate by having your car checked for mechanical defects. Drive a safe car. Drive carefully, and see your Texaco dealer now for a needed spring checkup and changeover. James, a while ago you previewed the week clear up to Friday. Did you forget Saturdays?
No, I didn't, John, and I hope nobody will. Saturday, friends, will be the American Legion's Poppy Day. Every year they distribute more than 20 million poppies made by disabled veterans of both great wars. They gave so much to us, so let's not pass them by on Poppy Day, Saturday. And, of course, on Sunday...
Texaco Star Theater again.
That's right, John. Let's all renew old acquaintances again right here. With David Brookman, the orchestra, our Texaco Time visitor, Miss Virginia Haskins, John Reed, Gasoline King, and that other perfect fuel, our special guest star, Edwin the Fire Chief, will again take a grand slam at Grand Opera. And I'll be on deck myself to deal out a few more songs for you. Until then, this is faithfully yours, James Melton, saying now good night and see you Sunday.
Texaco dealers from coast to coast invite you to tune in next Sunday for another performance of the Texaco Star Theater and to drive in anytime. Remember, you're welcome. Whenever you hear the siren and bell, think of Texaco. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.